Hello, welcome back to Ceed Media. Today we're looking at the password generator using the Python programming language. If I'm writing out any code that you really don't understand what's going on, you may need to check out any of the previous tutorials where we took time out to explain most of what I'll be doing here in details. And in today's tutorial, we're going to be writing out a password generator that you can probably use to generate random passwords for any of your online accounts if you feel like having different passwords for different accounts. We have a Python file called password_gen. You can check out any of the previous tutorials, Guess Hangman or the Rock Paper Scissors game if you missed it. Within the password_gen file, we've imported three functions, the math function, string function, and the random function. We've also gone ahead to declare two lists, one called special character, another one called special numbers. And the special character holds a group of special characters that we expect to be present in our password, and a group of numbers that we also expect to be present in our password. You can actually go ahead and add more special characters to this if you want to make your pen, give it more possibilities, maybe the plus sign and all that in your password. So basically, this is what we're going to be working with. So without wasting much time, I think we can get started. And the first thing we need to do is declare an alphabet variable. It's going to hold the alphabets in uppercase. I will also do the same and say alphabet lower. I'm going to hold the alphabets in lowercase. And this is pulled out from the string function that we imported earlier at the top. So we can also declare a empty list called password. We're going to all our password values. The user is expected to determine the length of password that he wants. And we're expecting that the password is going to be greater than 5 characters. That means say anything from 6 and above, you use the count of. You can generate passwords of that length. So let's say password length is equal to int input enter password length. Save that. I'll have an if statement that says if password length is greater than 5, then I say else. If it's not greater than 5, you can say print password length must be greater than 5 here. Okay, so we'll go back to the if statement and say if the password length is greater than 5, the first thing we need to do is declare a variable called average. We're going to take the password length, whatever password length has been declared, and divide it by 2. And I think we should use the math function to round that up. That's a math.floor to ensure that it's a whole number. And we're going to say declare another variable called numbers. And it's going to be password length minus average. So we're going to take the total password length and divide it by the value we stored in average. And what we're trying to do now, we're trying to get the number of characters that are actually going to be numeric within our password. And we're going to store the numeric value within the variable called numbers. For underscore, we're going to make use of the value for underscore in range, let's call it numbers. Let's say password, well, that's the password variable plus equal to random dot choice. It's a special numbers. Can declare that for loop as a for underscore in range average with password. Okay, let's just copy this out rather than type it out and change this to special character. So now when we declare a special character, we want to say if password length modulus 2 is equal to 0, we can say alphabet. We want to select an alphabet. We say alphabet select is equal to else. When you give the alphabet select is equal to 3, let me just adjust this. Alphabet select is equal to 3. So what this line is doing is we take the password length and divide it by 2, and if it has a remainder of 0, we're going to assign a variable called alphabet select to 2. If it's an odd value, because it returns has a remainder when divided by 2, we're going to have assigned the alphabet select to 3. Now what we plan to do with this variable is this. The alphabet select is going to hold the number of letters that's going to exist within the password. That's to say that if we select 2, we're going to have 2 letters within the password. And if you select 3, we're going to have 3 letters within the password. So now we're going to take alphabet select variable for underscore in range alphabets the password random dot rand int password length minus 1. Okay. Equal to random dot choice alphabet. So this line of code is quite straightforward. What it's basically doing is that initially we added the value of numbers and average to the password. So it basically goes into the password list and select a group of random values from 0 down to the password length that was initially entered -1, so it doesn't go beyond the limit of the password length, and it assigns it to a random value that's selected from the alphabet upper variable. We also want to select from the alphabet lower. We can have a mixture of both lower and upper characters. Okay. After that, we can print out the password. We can say new password. The password that we're printing as well is coming out as a list, so we need to convert it back to a string. I'll say this is the join map string function random.sample the password and password length. Yeah, to determine the limits. So we can print out the new password. So this is going to be our new password. Okay, so let's save it and run it. Let's expand this and say Python password by enter your password as 10. Yeah, so basically that's it. Let's run it again. Python, enter a password of 5. Password length must be greater than 5. So Python, enter value of 20. Yeah, so that's the password. Okay, let's Python, enter value of 10 again. Let's take this and use one of the online password strength measuring meters and password meter and see what strength we get for it. Let's try this out and see. I don't advise you to take any of the passwords that you're going to be using on any of your secure accounts and put it online for testing and all that. I personally would advise that. Okay, so it's going to take us 9,000 years to crack this password. Time to crack this password. So I think it's a little bit secure. So I think it's quite secure. So you can say I think our, let's say 8 passwords, 8 lengths. Let's use 8 and see what we get. Let's test it again. It's going to take us 1,000 years to crack it. So the length of the password also aids in making it a little bit stronger. So if we're to say, let's say 20, yeah, so let's see how long it will take us to crack this. 35 billion trillion years. So I thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and I'll see you at the next video. Thank you.